Welcome to Learn to Trade Options in easy to understand 10-minute videos. I'm Michelle Massio. Welcome to the course. It's being presented by the Smart Foundation for Financial Literacy. Let's get started. There are four main topics we are going to cover today. Number one, what is an option? Number two, selling versus buying. Number three, puts versus calls. And number four, we're going to go through definitions. Let's dive into each topic. An option is the right to buy or sell a specific investment at a specific price before a specific date. The specific investment is also called the underlying. The specific price is also called the strike price, and the specific date is also called the expiration date. You can trade options on virtually anything. You can trade options on stocks, on commodities, on indexes, on currencies, and much, much more. You get to choose the strike price. That's the price at which you will buy or sell stock. Stay tuned. Now you also get to choose the expiration date, which is the date at which the contract will expire. Many options expire weekly, others expire every other day, and still others expire on a monthly basis. If you are selling a put, the strike price will be less than the current market price. You are committing to buy the stock at the strike price. If you are selling a call, the strike price will be greater than the current market price. You are committing to sell your shares at the strike price. So if you're feeling overwhelmed right now, it is totally okay. The great Tony Robbins says that repetition is the mother of skill, and the great Richard Dennis says that you can absolutely teach anyone how to trade successfully, so you know you're in the right place. Learning how to trade is kind of like learning how to drive standard shift. It's super hard at first, but once you get the hang of it and once it clicks, you'll remember it forever. There are only two things that you can do with options. You can either sell an option or buy an option. If you sell an option, you are collecting premium as if you're an insurance company. If you buy an option, you are paying premium and you are a consumer. Now, let's go over this in more detail. An option seller is someone who sells a put or sells a call. Let's explain this in more detail as well. If you sell a put, you are committing to buy a specific stock at a specific price before a specific date. Remember that the specific stock is the underlying stock, the specific price is the strike price, and the specific date is the expiration date. You take in premium for the commitment that you're making. It's kind of like how an insurance company takes in premium and commits to fix your car if you have an accident. With option selling, you are committing to buy someone else's stock if it crashes. So, for example, if you sell a $100 put on Apple that expires next Friday, you are agreeing to buy 100 shares at $100 per share if the price of Apple goes down to $100 or less between now and next Friday. This is because each one contract of an option represents 100 shares of the underlying stock. With option selling, you are committing to buy someone else's stock if it crashes. Just like the insurance company is going to fix your car if you crash it. Now, let's talk about selling a call. If you sell a call on stock you already own, you're committing to sell your stock at a specific price before a specific date. You take in premium for the commitment that you're making. This is kind of like Airbnb. It's kind of like owning a house and then renting it out for extra cash. This is called selling a covered call. If the stock doesn't go up to that price before the expiration date, you don't sell your shares, you keep them, and you also keep the premium that you earned. Then you're free to do the same thing again next week. Now let's talk about option buyers. First, let's talk about who buys options. An option buyer pays premium to an option seller. Someone who buys a call option wants the price of the underlying stock to go up. Someone who buys a put option wants the price of the underlying stock to go down. An easy way to remember this is that you put down and you call up. Now, most option buyers are looking to 10x their investment. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Options have a fixed investment price. This means that no matter what happens to the price of the underlying stock, the option buyer can never lose more than what they paid in premium, what their initial investment was. This is definitely a big advantage to the option buyer. Option buyers are looking to pay a small amount in premium and hopefully make a large amount from a big move in the underlying stock. It's kind of like buying a lottery ticket where you can pay $1 and win a jackpot, but the likelihood of that happening is very, very low. Cool fact, upwards of 90% of options expire worthless. This is very advantageous to the option seller and very disadvantageous to the option buyer. Now let's move on to talk about the different types of options, puts and calls. There are only two types of options. There are puts and calls. A put is the right to sell a specific security at a specific price before a specific date. A call is the right to buy a specific security at a specific price before a specific date. What is best to trade? Diversity is key. Trade both. Let's talk about puts first. You want to make sure that you only sell puts on stock that you wouldn't mind buying at the strike price. And also, very importantly, make sure you understand your risk. Let's talk about risk with the golden rule. It is easy to make money and it's much harder to keep it. Risk management is most important in trading. Selling covered calls is probably one of the most conservative strategies that you can trade with. If you already own the stock, there's not much risk. The only risk is in the missed opportunity. Let me explain. If you sell a covered call higher than your basis, which is the amount you own the stock for, you may not make as much money if the stock goes super high. This is because you're agreeing to sell your stock at the strike price. Now let's review some definitions. The underlying is the stock that the option is based on. The strike price is the price at which you will buy or sell the stock. The expiration date is the date at which the option will expire. Here are some helpful tips. Number 1, print out the PDFs that go with this program. Number 2, listen to the program more than one time. And number 3, join our group to ask questions live and much, much more. That wraps up session 2. Stay tuned for session 3. See you in the next module.